What's going on, guys? Just a really quick video going through some of the cards that we already know are going to be in the new set coming out, and kind of just give my opinion on where I see them in the meta, and just kind of give, have a little bit of a rating to them, and just give them my general thoughts and opinions and how I think these cards will affect the game, and, will we see them in being added to meta decks? Will they not get used? That kind of thing. And again, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt because, like I said, I am no expert, and this is just my opinion. I'm not gonna do all the cards that we've seen, so that we've got leaked for. I'm just gonna focus on a few because a few of these are in evolutions sets, and if I can't see the full effect of what they evolve to and that kind of thing, there's no point in really going over them. And so we'll just start with the Mew EX. That's one everyone I know is really excited for. Everyone loves Mew. Um, his move genome hacking is pretty good. I could see that this card replaces the non EX Mewtwo in the Mewtwo meta deck. Just because this has just a little bit extra health, and not only that, but actually has a better move set. The other Mewtwo, when you're using it, you need basically four energies for that. So you're kind of locked in with having to wait. With this one, you could potentially add energy to it and do a little bit of damage, but also genome hacking could be decent depending on the it's more of like a just like the non EX Mewtwo. You could see this as like a conditional card where maybe you could get genome hacking to work. Example, just copying another EX move. Like let's say you're going up against Pikachu and you're able to get the energy off onto Mew EX before they get the Pikachu fully on board. So that's just an example. Blue, the supporter card, that I was reading on a bunch of forums. People, I feel like people are underestimating that card. You'd be surprised what 10 damage can do in terms of like just saving you in certain situations. So just like an example, right? Let's say you're playing Executor, sorry, and you're going against a Mewtwo and they're about to hit you with 150, but they use let's say they might have a Giovanni's. If you played blue on your turn, that's going to save you that little 10 health, and you might be able to get some more damage out of that Executor before he's off the board. So just certain situations where the damage is really close and it gets you maybe like one more turn and be able to do, like, of course your Pokemon's probably going to still lose, but you get one more turn of damage and another turn to put energy on something else. So it is a pretty big card in my opinion. Uh, Dedenne, I think I can't. Honestly, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. It's been a while. We got Thundershock for 10. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. This is a decent card. I could see it just being another addition to the Pikachu deck, and just depending on what people want to run with that. The only thing with this though is right. So the Thundershock is only one energy, and it just does 10 damage. You do have other cards that you use two energy that do 30 damage and have a chance to paralyze your enemy as well. So it's gonna be toss up. Like, does that have a lot of usefulness? It might, just because it is only one energy. But I could see that being an addition for most of the Pikachu decks. It's definitely possible. Now Vaporeon, now that is one that's pretty interesting because that ability, as often as you like during your turn, you may move a water energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. This could be a really good in combination with Misty's and being able to actually move around some of those water energies, especially if you get these really good coin flips and you get way more energy than you need. This card is a perfect way to disperse that and be able to really have energy across the board on your all your cards. This is a definitely a contender for what I think is definitely a very strong addition to a water deck. I mean, it's a good card. And then we also have Execute. In my other video where I was covering just the league cards, I actually didn't. I skipped over the fact that this one actually gets an energy from the Energy Zone as one of its moves, and I think this is actually really good because, with Executor, geez, I can't say that name today. With that card having a 3 energy retreat cost, the fact that you get another extra energy out of this before you evolve, uh, is a huge benefit for this card, and being able to move them quicker off the board if you need to, especially like if you get unlucky with those coin flips and you need to switch to another one. That's a that's a very big improvement. I think that's a great addition to the grass types for running those types of decks. Then you have Delmise. His looks like his attack if this Pokemon has at least 3 extra energy attached, this attack does 70 more damage. So pretty much like the other non-EX Lapras. I mean, I could see this being a decent tank for the Leaf or sorry, yeah, for the Grass type decks, but not a huge change. It's there. I don't really see anything happening with it. The Magmar getting extra damage onto his move. It's not really helpful and not really that significant of improvement, especially when you're running like Blaines and you have Ninetales, which already does 90 plus another 30, brings you to 120. This with Blaines is still going to keep you under enough from being able to take out Pikachu. So I just don't really see that as being useful. And then we have Pikachu. This one does 10 damage for everything on the bench. I mean, okay, so maximum you get 30 damage for 1 energy. There's a lot of other cards that are kind of similar, comparable for 1 energy, um, that do 30 damage. This being, being not having to have any evolution in front of it is kind of nice. Like you have Zeepstrika, which does 30 to any Pokemon, but you do have to evolve it. But this does do the 30 if your bench is full, but again, you have to. It's another card where it's relying on the bench is full, and so you might as well just run Pikachu EX and a lot of the electric types that are already there. Another interesting card we had pop up was the Aerodactyl EX. He's got a pretty good ability. Your opponents can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their active Pokemon. This is decent crowd control, but it doesn't really stop the bench. So I'm interested to see if this really like it's hard to say about any of these cards until we get like statistics and see them and being played in tournaments and get more data on it. But I just don't see as that being that strong of a card, just because, like I said, most people in their active Pokemon spot they're using a tank card, and their whatever card they really want to use is going to be on the bench anyways. So hard to say if that's really going to get a lot of use. And then we have Tauros. This card, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on. It's an interesting card. Um, so it's a basic move set is if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 80 more damage. So basically, you can do 120 damage. But the other thing about that is it's now going to cost you 3 energy. So it's tough because, like I said, you have to that buildup of getting 3 energy. Is that really worth 120 versus putting it on another EX card that's going to do a lot of damage? I mean, it's really hard to say in that respect. Now, where I could see Tauros being potentially good is in combination with the Vaporeon and a water deck. And if you have Misties and you're able to just offload energy to them like that, boom, you have another card that can do 120 damage. But again, it's tough to giving 3 energy to that versus some other cards. So I could see it getting some use, but it's hard to say until like I said, until we see some more cards in use. Then we have Leaf. Leaf is a great card. It's not going to replace X Speed, but any of those decks I feel like that have a heavy retreat cost, this card is definitely going to be in there. Especially like if you're you got like a Snorlax or something like that, but it's not really a replacement for X Speed, but definitely see some use. And then we have Marshadow. I think Marshadow's a really good card, really good addition for fighting decks. Um, so its basic move set: if any of the Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 60 more damage. This is a great card as a follow-up for like Sandslash, for example. Um, these cards have high like some of the fighting deck cards. They have a high damage, but it's just not quite enough. This is a really good finishing card, so I think this is a great addition, especially for only 2 energy cost. So that I mean, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of these cards out right now, but that's my general thoughts on this stuff. Comment down below what you think and what your opinion on some of these cards is. And guys, when the set comes out, I'll be doing a full video going over the entire set and giving my opinions on that, and as well as opening. I'll have a video out as soon as the set's out, opening a bunch of packs as well. So subscribe, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one. Bye.